Hi guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to the first ever game analysis video I've ever done on my channel. So basically I'm going to try and do these as often as possible. I'm going to show you every touch that I take during the game, talk you through the decisions I've made, any mistakes that I've made as well and how I can do that better, and hopefully through this learning experience you can actually improve your games as well. So there's me on the far side. I'm playing right wing in a 4-3-3. This is our opening game of the season, so let's get into it. So here's my first touch of the game. The goalkeeper plays it out, I check towards the ball. I take a quick glance over my shoulder, see that my teammate is making a quick run. So I try and do a cheeky back heel into his path. And unfortunately it just doesn't work out. The defender actually does really well to get a foot in. So as you can see, quick glance over the shoulder and a back heel. Just doesn't work out. I would recommend playing simpler passes earlier on in the game until you find your rhythm. But I decided to take the risk and it just didn't work out. So next play. My outside back wins the ball well. There's me, circled. Ball's travelling out to the wing. I look over my shoulder, see a player approaching. Knock it by him. Burst of speed, get by the other guy, create enough space to get the ball across. Play a low driven ball across the box and it just doesn't work out. And they manage to clear it for a throw in. So let's look at this sequence once again and I'll talk you through my thought process. So I've knocked it by a couple of guys and beaten them with pace. Created enough room to get the ball in, so we've talked about this pass in my previous videos, trying to wrap it around the back four for the striker to run onto. I'm kind of hoping that they kind of have a change of speed so that my striker can get in, and I'm also hoping for my left winger to get in as well. We're just not on the same page at this point. I feel like the ball was right, it could have probably been a bit better, but that's a dangerous ball, and if we have players there, it is quite an easy goal to score. So hopefully next time we'll just do a bit better as a team. So here's the next play. I just received the pass, turn, play it to my central midfielder, he plays it out to the left side. I've drifted into the middle now, calling for the ball, the left winger plays it into me, this is me on the ball right here. So now I'm being closed down, I've got a little bit of time and space but not enough to take a shot. Now I've opened up this space for anybody on the right hand side, like my outside back, to run into, and as you'll see in a minute he does make that run, and so all I need to do is play that splitting ball for him to run onto, and that's exactly what I do. So I played the ball in, he's now left with a choice whether to shoot or cross. Maybe should have crossed, but he took a shot and it's a positive play for our team. So next play here, our outside back plays the ball down the line. I just bump it to my teammate who tries to take it down the line, and the defender just does well to get his body in between the ball and the player. So next play here, we're playing the ball around, we're trying to get that ball out to the wing as quick as possible. The passing lane has been blocked by our opponents. As you can see, you've got 3 players in here just blocking that pass off. So all I'm doing here is just drifting to my left hand side to create a passing lane so I can be the link between the centre midfielders and the right side. So I just have my head on the swivel here, turn, play the ball out to the winger. He maybe should have let that run so he could run onto it and whip the ball in, but he decides to hold it up, plays it back to me. I play it to the middle, try and thread him through again, and the defender just does well to shield this one out of play. So let's look at this again. Have a look at my head now, it was on the swivel. As I receive the pass, I swivel again, just to make sure that passing lane is clear so that I can turn and play it. So there's one head swivel, ball comes to me, head swivel right here. I know I can turn because the space is free, and I try and get it out to my right back as quick as possible. So that's why it's so important to check your shoulder as you're receiving the pass, and I'm actually going to show you another example of why it's so important right here. So this was probably my biggest mistake of the game, and although we kept the ball, I'm going to break this down and show you why this was such a big mistake. So the centre back plays a great ball to me, straight to my feet. This is me receiving the pass right here. What I should have been doing is looking around me over my shoulder to see that I've got all this space behind me so that I can actually turn and attack. But instead I decide to bounce it back. I don't know what happened, I don't know if I just heard a wrong call or if I just forgot to check, but that's a mistake that I'm going to have to improve on. Although we kept the ball for my team, it could have been a lot more dangerous if I just turned and had a look at what was behind me. Now let's look at the next play here. So my outside back gets the ball, he plays it to my feet. I've cut inside, driven into the space a little bit, seen a run from my forward and threaded it through. He does well to hold it up and we actually win a corner kick from it. So let's look at this one again. Ball comes to me. Defender's coming in now. And if you have a look at his body language, you'll actually see that he's anticipating that I'm going to go down the line. He's the same defender that I beat before with speed, so he's trying to get a head start to try and cut me off. So I'm recognising this, so I gave him a little drop of the shoulder. That's just going to send him that way. And as you can see now, his hips are fully committed to going in this direction. So I've recognised that, so I know that I can attack this space now, and I should have a little bit more time and space to make a decision. So I drive into that space, I see the defenders are backing up, so I take the space a little bit more. Now look at this, all 4 players have all their eyes fixed on me. They're not worrying about what's going on behind them, so they've neglected that my forward's making a great run diagonally over here. So I've spotted this, and I know if I play that ball right, I'm going to take 4 players out of the game. So as you can see, I just clip it with the outside of my foot, and it makes its way through. Unfortunately, there's no one in the box for him to play that ball in first time, so he just holds it up. They get a little toe on it, and he ends up winning a corner kick. So here's the corner kick. I'm on corner kick duties. So this is the area I'm aiming for, and basically that's where the most of my players are, so we have the most chance of scoring. So I'm just looking for that driven ball into that area. One of our players gets up nice and high, heads it towards goal, and is just wide of the post. It's unlucky. So here's a replay of that. Just driving that ball in, no curl whatsoever, just like a frozen rope. And there's one more replay. Our player gets up really well, guides it well, he's just unlucky at this time. So we're putting on the pressure. Here's another play here, so I get the ball out on the wing once again. As you can see, I'm on the ball. Now have a look at the defender again. He's again anticipating that I'm going down the line, so that option's not available at this point. But as you can see, my forward is now making a run. He's actually pointing to where he wants the ball. So I'm going to try and bend it around the players here so that it can land on his foot. It's just not a good ball from me. It's badly timed to run as well. We're just not on the same page, and he was offside. It was a good idea, it just didn't work out at this point. So now all I'm doing is just closing down the play, just blocking off that pass. I'm giving it a throw for them instead of allowing them to play out to their winger. As you can see again, their defender's getting the ball, so I just try and block it again. All I'm doing is just forcing them back, nothing fancy, just trying to show them that they're not going to pass easy. Next play here, we're just playing it around. Ball comes back out to me, take a quick touch, and then find my centre midfielder who plays it through. It's a good little part of possession from our team, just doesn't work out again. So as you can see, I'm making a run at this point. My fullback has the ball. I'm hoping that he's going to play the ball around the ground to meet my run. Maybe he didn't have it on at the time. Doesn't work out, so I just try and recover to create an option in case he loses the ball. He plays it back to me, I try and get a cross in, see it's not available, so I crave it back and just play it simple to keep possession for my team.
Good spell of possession.
So the next play here, my outside back gets the ball. Here's me, I'm making a run outside this time because I see that my outside back's driving inside, so I want to free that space up for him and also create a passing option if he needs it. So he's driving into the space, I come outside, he plays a great ball to me. I'm looking for that cross once again, trying to play that same ball that I played last time. My left winger probably should be making that run again because it could be an easy tap in, so I'm trying to play that wrapping ball, and unfortunately my execution just wasn't on for this one. It's just a bad ball, I don't have any excuses for that one. But it's a good positive sequence from our team, we're showing some good attacking threat. So here's another play. As you can see, I'm coming into the screen here, I'm just drifting across. I've already looked over my shoulder and I've seen that this player is available, so if I can get to the ball, if I can get the ball to him, we can spring on the attack nice and quick. So my plan is to check into this space to try and get the ball, and then play the ball over to my teammate as quick as possible. So I check into the space, my teammate finds me, take one touch, and play that diagonal ball, and we're on the attack again. So they play around, spring the attack, and this pass is just overhit by one of our centre midfielders. So now we're into the second half. Our centre middy's got the ball, he's played it out to me. It's gone quite wide, but I've managed to keep it in. I've only got one option in the box. I do find him, although the ball is difficult, it's going to be difficult to score from there. And my final touch of the second half. I received the ball. I see that we're outnumbering them, so I can try and spring the attack quickly. Our forward gets it down, he does well to hold it up, gets fouled on top of the box. And actually I get substituted out at this point. This is our first game of the season. Our coach already said before the match he's going to be making a lot of changes because he wants to see other players and how they perform, which is totally understandable, especially for a brand new team. So this is our first game, and unfortunately we did lose. Our opponent scored in the 90th minute. Still a good experience. From an individual standpoint, I would say that I definitely need to improve on my crossing, so I'll be working on that, especially this week. Also, I need to improve on being more direct, trying to take a few more risks, and trying to get myself in some scoring positions for my team and trying to help affect the actual scoreline. Other than that, an enjoyable experience. I'm looking forward to the next game. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button for weekly training videos and more content that's going to help you improve as a player. And as always, I will see you in the next video.